we've got the Tyranid one. I had a quick look at it. I think this could be quite good. It's somewhat limiting, but it could be quite good. So, let's take a look. First thing first. Enhance! Enhance! Oh, bugger. Enhance too much. 1 minute. Gotta let it load now. So, it's called the Warrior Bioform Onslaught. If you're not picking up what they're putting down, this is a Tyranid warrior-centric detachment. So if you like fucking warriors, and I admit I do like warriors, this is the detachment for you. Detachment rule is leader beasts. Tyranid warriors are adapted to shepherd the Hive fleet's teeming swarms to war, benefiting from heightened senses, hardened forms, and great strength. They serve as ferocious beacons for and enforcers of the Hive mind's indomitable will. This affects all Tyranid warriors, see below for the list of ones that you get, and winged Tyranid primes. Units from your army have a 5+ invulnerable save. So you've got warriors with ranged bioweapons, warriors with melee bioweapons, then you've got the winged Tyranid primes. So it only affects those 3 data sheets, to be fair. A 5+ invulnerable save is very nice. It's very nice. Because Tyranids only have a 4... Tyranid warriors only have a 4+ save base. So it means that if they're in cover, and in 10th edition, cover is fucking everywhere, they're going to be on a 3-up, 5-up. It gets worse, guys. It gets a lot spicier. Warriors are mid. I do agree, Swords and Smith. You can stack on a few layers here. So in addition to Tyranid warriors and primes getting a 5+ vulnerable save, which I think does a lot to patch the hole in their durability, because they're decent toughness and they're decent wounds, but the 4+ save means they just get splattered. All of your Tyranid warriors become battle line, and they get objective control 3. That's so big. Battle line Tyranid warriors means that you can have in one army, they come in squads of 6, right? So that's 72 Tyranid warriors. I think someone worked out, if I go to the scum of a hive of scum and villainy, which is Reddit, I think someone worked out it's like that's it, 72 warriors for 1,680 points. That's a lot of Tyranid warriors. You might not go all in on it. To be honest, I think the battle line, to me, the battle line and the objective control of 3 is really nice. All of this is just nice. You know what I mean? Like, individually, all of this is nice. Stacking it up, and it feels pretty tasty. I'm going to be real with you. I'm not getting the same vibes. Initially, I'm not getting the same, oh my god, vibes as with, like, the Death Guard one, which, like, Scout and Stealth is wild. But hang on. We'll keep going. There's more to it. So, I think that the detachment rule is decent. Not great, not terrible, decent. We've then got the enhancements. The Synaptic Tyrant, 10 points. Neurotyrant model only. Join the declared battle formation step. The bearer can be attached to a Tyranid war unit. What? Is that good or is that bad, chat? So basically you can take a Neurotyrant, which is the big brain bug, and attach it to a Tyranid warrior unit. What does the Neurotyrant do? So, its ability, Node Lash, Psychic. While this model is leading a unit, each time model in that unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. If the target is battle shocked, add 1 to the wound roll. So for 115 points, you can give 1 unit of warriors +1 to hit. It's okay. It's okay. It's not great. And then we've got Ocular Adaptation, Winged Tyranid Prime model. Each time model in the bearer's unit makes an attack, add 1 to the hit roll. Oh man, can you see a fucking pattern here? That's for 85 points. You can have another unit. It's interesting, that, isn't it? I think I'd always take Ocular Adaptation over the Synaptic Tyrant, because that gives you the +1 to hit, and it also gives you the sustained hits. Sensory Assimilation, Winged Tyranid Primal only. Each time an attack target is subtract 1 from the hit roll. Nice. All of these are good. Tyranids model only. The bears unit is eligible to declare charge in a turn in which it advanced. I like all of those. It would be very easy to end up taking all of them. You could take 3 Tyranid Primes and a Neuro Tyrant. I could see you taking all of them. I could see you taking all of them. I suspect you'd take 3 Tyranid Primes and give each one of these 3. I suspect you'll do that. That makes sense to me. You notice the bottom one is any character. Yeah, any character. So I guess you could. That how much can that be abused? How much can that be abused? What is the most broken thing? Does that could go on a Brood Lord? Because Tyranid Gene Stealers in Gene Stealers can't advance and charge in a Tyranid force, can they? So that could be put on a Brood Lord and a unit of Gene Stealers. It could be put on. I think elevated might. I think you'd put that on a because it's a relatively cheap combo, being able to move and advance and charge and get rerolls from the Broodlord and the Gene Stealers. That feels good to me. I could be wrong though. Looking over the detachment so far, I'm feeling like this is decent. I feel like the OC3 will be surprisingly good. And I feel like all of these are decent. Not great, not terrible. All of them have got play. But I have to say, nothing is blowing me away right now. 5 plus vulnerable saves. 5 plus vulnerable saves can be... 4 plus is different. 4 plus is very spicy, but a 5 plus... I think what's really holding me back on this detachment so far is it's so focused on warriors. The other 2 detachments that we've seen have been much more loosey-goosey. Like, yes, they've been specialists, but they've been somewhat specialists, but they've been somewhat more loosey-goosey. So, like the Death Guard one, it didn't say Terminators only. So that would affect Blight Lords and Death Shroud. It said all Death Guard infantry, and then the Dark Angels one didn't say Death Wing Terminators. Does that make sense? It didn't specify. It wasn't so focused. It was any Death Wing unit, any Raven Wing unit. Whereas this one is like it's just Tyranid Warriors. So far I'm thinking it's good, but it's slightly more focused. Like if you take like Hormagaunts in this, you don't have an army rule for your Hormagaunts. They don't benefit in any way, shape or form. We've got Synaptic Amplification. 1 CP. Your shooting phase or the fight phase. 1 turn unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot or fight this phase. If that unit is a Tyranid warrior unit, select up to 1 endless multi-unit from your army that is not battle shocked within 6 inches of it. Until the end of the phase, each model in those units make an attack. Reroll a wound roll of 1, and if it's a Tyranid warrior unit, reroll a hit roll of 1 as well. So the little bugs get reroll 1s to wound, and the Tyranid warriors get reroll 1 to and reroll 1s to wound. Okay. So maybe the stratagems is where we bring in some of the other Tyranid units. Maybe it's not so narrow-minded, not so focused. A little bit of width. The blinkers are opening a bit. Spontaneous hypercorrosion. I mean, that's 1 minute. That's just a straight-up damage buff, which is good. So, spontaneous hypercorrosion in the shooting phase or the fight phase. Is that shooting the fight? Yeah, shooting phase, fight phase. 1 turn unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot or fight. Until the end of the phase, add 2 to the strength characteristic of ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit. And add 1 to the strength characteristic of melee weapons equipped by Tyranid warriors and winged prime models in your unit. 1 Tyranid unit. Whoa. So you do it in your shooting phase. For 1 CP, you can add +2 to the strength. That's huge. It's any Tyranid unit. Because you wouldn't put it on the Tyranid warriors. It's any Tyranid unit. I'll tell you what's jumping into my mind right now, boys. Give me a second. Oh, man, that's heavy. Oh, man, that's real heavy, boys. Oh, man. Do you know what I would put this on? Yeah, Syriade's got it. Do you know what I would put this on? Exocrine. That's strength 11 Exocrines. Suddenly, being a Lehman Russ ain't so sure anymore, you know? That's strong. I'm just reading this one again, though. This one, you need to reread this one. Okay, these two are both very good. The more I read them, the more I like them. So this one, read this one specifically. One Tyranid unit from your army that has not been selected to shoot or fight this phase. If that unit is a Tyranid warrior unit, select up to one endless multitude unit from your army that is not battle shocked. Okay, so if, until the end of the phase, each model in those units makes an attack, reroll a wound roll of 1, and if it's a Tyranid warrior unit, reroll the hit roll of 1. So you don't need to put this on a Tyranid warrior unit. I could put reroll 1s to wound on another unit if I wanted to. If that unit's Tyranid warrior, then you can select full stop, and then if it's, but regardless of whether it's Tyranid warriors or endless multitude, until the end of the phase, each model in those units makes an attack, reroll a wound roll of 1. Am I being a rules lawyer here, or does this say, oh, I want to put reroll 1s on my Tyrannofex with its rupture cannon? Am I right, chat, or am I wrong? What do you think? It doesn't say target one Tyranid warrior unit. It says one Tyranid unit. If it happens to be a Tyranid warrior unit, then select some fucking Hormagaunts at the same time. But whatever you fucking select is going to get reroll 1s to wound, and then if it's warriors, you can have reroll 1s to hit as well. Oh, it's getting spicier! The spice levels are building! The spice levels are building! Oh shit, man. The spice levels, I'm feeling that spice. Bit of Vindaloo curry coming along, boys. I'm feeling it. You would absolutely, no fucking doubt in my mind. That's going on a Tyrannofex, right? That's going on a Tyrannofex. Because, right? Think about this. You could go spontaneous hypercorrosion on an Exocrine. Yeet that into a fucking target. The Exocrine then gives the Tyrannofex reroll 1s to hit, I believe. And then you could spend a CP on Synaptic Amplification so that your Tyrannofex would then have reroll 1s to wound. So your Tyrannofex would be hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, wounding on 2s, probably rerolling 1s. That's big, right? Elden Lead saying Strength 8 Tyrannofex Flamers. Yeah. Spontaneous Hypercorrosion. Strength 8 Tyrannofex Flamers. I hadn't even thought about the Tyrannofex Flamer, man. Let's have a look. I don't even think I've ever even looked at it. Acid Spray. D6 plus 6. Strength 8 AB -2. That's so good. What about the Fleshbore Hive? Is that? No, that's dog shit. That's just the freebie. Oh, is that 20 shots? 20 shots. 20 shots. Strength 7 twin linked. Stained hits 1. It's worth considering. People are saying with Zonothropes. Motherfucking. Let's look at fucking Zonothropes here 1 second. Goddamn Zonothropes. This is getting spicier. What's the next one? Restorative Impulse. Do it in your command phase. One Tyranid warrior unit for your army that's below starting strength. Return one destroyed model. Excellent characters. That's fine. Getting freebies back. That's okay. You do it in your command phase. You could do. Could you abuse that, chat? So when do you test for Battle Shock? You test for Battle Shock at the end, right? At the end of your command phase. Because you put orders on your unit. Then you take Battle Shock at the end of the command phase, right? So what you could do is go, oh no, I'm below half strength. I've got to take a Battle Shock test, but I really don't want to fail it because it's going to fuck me over. 1 CP, I'm now above half strength. Oh look, I don't take a Battle Shock test. And with you being OC3 per guy, that could also flip an objective. Sword Smith, I'm below half, now I'm not. Exactly! That's really strong. It's strong! These are all 1 CP! What the fuck, man? I thought that this detachment wasn't broken, but the more I'm looking at it, the more fucking broken I think it is. Wow. This is a deceptively good one. Yeah. Next stratagem, Synaptic Micronodes. I have a micronode. Your movement phase, target one Tyranid warrior unit from your army. Select one objective marker you control that your unit is within range of. That objective marker remains under your control until your opponent's level of control of that objective marker is greater than yours at the end of the phase. Sticky objectives. It's fine. That one is it's a solid maybe. It's not bad. And some people fucking love to get all sticky on those objectives. But that's not great, not terrible. Mad Larkin, I don't think hyper corrosion works like you think it does. Okay, Mad Larkin, state your case. State your case, mate. Why? What do you think is getting wrong with it? Look at the wording of comparison to the other strat. Your shooting phase of the fight phase. 1 to a unit for your army that has not been selected to shoot or fight this phase. Until the end of the phase, add 2 to the strength characteristic of ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit. And add 1 to the strength characteristic of melee weapons equipped by Tyranid warriors and winged Tyranid prime models in your unit. So it seems pretty straightforward to me, mate. If it's a Tyranid warrior and winged prime unit, then you get the +2 strength in shooting and the +1 strength in melee. If it's not a Tyranid warrior or winged prime unit, you just get the +2 strength on the ranged weapons. I think this is a great. I think this is a great detachment. I think this is better than Invasion Fleet. That's the one problem. Do Nids have a way of gaining bonus CP? Is it the Swarm Lord? It might be the Swarm Lord. It might be the Swarm Lord. I think it only affects warriors and primes. No, Mad Larkin, I 100% disagree with you. It says target 1 Tyranid unit from your army. So any Tyranid, you can put this on any Tyranid unit you want. Until the end of the phase, add 2 to the strength characteristic of ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit. Own this bit, so it's like, okay, well, I don't have any Tyranid warriors and wing primes models in my unit. That's fine, I just don't get the +1 strength in melee. Mad Larkin, I 100% do not believe that it only affects Tyranid warriors and wing primes, because there's this bit here. Models in your unit, and then it goes on later to say Tyranid warriors and winged Tyranid primes. It's just if you happen to have Tyranid warriors and winged primes, you get a little extra bonus buff. But it's not just Tyranid warriors and winged primes. It's because it has the and here, and then it goes on to specify the units later. If it was going to be limited to just Tyranid warriors and winged Tyranid primes, it would specify select 1 Tyranid warrior or Tyranid winged prime. It would specify that here. Parasitic payload. See, look at this. Target 1 Tyranid warrior unit with ranged weapons. Look at that, mate. Look at that. So this one can be used on any unit. This one can only be used on Tyranid warriors with ranged weapons. And this way, that literally, if you look at these side by side, it kind of explains it. Until the end of the phase, ranged weapons equipped by models in your unit have the ignore skill ability. After the unit is resolved and shooting attacks, select 1 enemy unit hit by 1 or more attacks. Until the end of turn, models in that unit can have the benefit of cover. That's great. So your unit ignores cover, and then the enemy unit cannot benefit from cover. There you go. That's great. For 1 CP, do a long range Hellhound. What have we got for Tyranid warriors? What's there for ranged weapons? That's okay. I think the benefit, the being able to ignore cover is a good benefit. Yeah. And then we've got Synaptic Shield. Your opponent's shooting phase just after the enemy unit has selected its target. 1 Tyranid warriors unit from your army that was selected as target of 1 or more of the attacking attacks. If that unit is a Tyranid warrior unit, which it has to be, select up to 1 endless multitude unit from your army that's not battle shocked. Until the end of the phase, each time a range attack targets one of those units, if the strength characteristic of that attack is greater than the toughness characteristic of that unit, subtract 1 from the wound roll. -1 to wound against strong weapons. Whoa. That's okay. What's the toughness of a Tyranid warrior though? T5. I feel against a lot of things, that's just going to take them from being wounded on 2s to wounded on. Like battle cannons. Battle cannons will just... The thing is, I've got a hot take. I got a hot take here, guys. And my hot take is that the best bit about this Tyranid warrior focus attachment is the shit that doesn't affect Tyranid warriors. Like, synaptic amplification is great, but I'm not going to use it on Tyranid warriors. Spontaneous hyper corrosion is great, but I'm not going to use it on Tyranid warriors. You know, they're the best bits. And then the other bits is fine, I guess. But really, what makes this whole attachment feel not completely dogshit is basically this. Why do I think this could be a big detachment, though? Why do I think we could see people trying this out? I think there's 2 reasons why we could see people trying this out. One, it's new and it's interesting, and Tyranids have kind of been stuck with the same shit since the beginning of the edition because they got their codex pretty early on. The other reason I think it could be big is it kind of gives Tyranids an actually good battle line unit. Like, Hormagaunts are fast and I like them, but they don't do a lot of damage. Termagants are okay, but Termagants don't really do anything. You know what I mean? They don't really do anything. What? That's it. That's all the battle line you've got, right, for Nids, I think, anyway. Oh, and Gargoyles. Gargoyles are fine, but they're kind of expensive. I feel like it gives you some better battle line. That's it. That's what this detachment is doing for you. Here is some extra battle line units that aren't just trash mobs, that are actually like big bastards. So I feel like my summary of this is that this is I'm going to give this 3.6. 3.6 Ronken. Not great, not terrible. I'm going to give this overall, I feel like a 6.5 out of 10. 6.5 out of 10, maybe. I think this is decent. I think Tyranid players being able to take a more elite battle line force. So, you know, you could see like a couple of units. But I think you can see like 2 or 3 units of warriors getting chucked in. Because they're pretty cheap warriors, I think. Before I commit to that, let me just check. Yeah, it's like 130 points for like 6 of them. That's not expensive. Six warriors. Six warriors with ranged weapons versus like 20 Kriegers. It's a with them having a 5+ save. I think the warriors could do pretty good. So I think it gives Tyranids, if Tyranid players want to have a more elite army where they don't need to paint waves and waves of Termagants and Hormagaunts, it allows them to do that. I think all of the enhancements are decent, and you could see literally all of them being used. I think that these 2 stratagems are absolutely bloody fantastic and could hard carry the detachment. And I think I think this one's very nice as well. The thing that's going through my head is if you really stacked it up, how durable, how the stratagem you could have all of your Tyranid warriors stacked up like that. That feels like a lot. You could have a lot of Tyranid. You could take a ball of Tyranid warriors with like some venom throat, with like a unit of venom throats and a psychophage, and you could have multiple units of Tyranid warriors. You could probably have up to 18 Tyranid warriors in cover with a 3-up save, a 3-up armor save, a 5+ invulnerable save, a 6-up feel no pain with -1 to hit. I think that's what venom throats do. They give you stealth, right? That's pretty durable. But it's not unkillable, is it? I give this a solid 6.5 out of 10. I think you'd probably end up with a fair number of Tyranid warriors. I think you'd probably end up with like 3. I think I could see 24 Tyranid warriors in an army. I could see 24 Tyranid warriors in an army. You know, 1 led by a Synaptic Tyrant, maybe 18. 8. I think 20. I think 24. It's 4 squads of Tyranid warriors. Each one led by what do you call it? A winged prime. 1 led by a Synaptic Tyrant. Then you have a Broodlord with a unit of Gene Stealers, and then the rest of your points probably just goes into you have like 1 Biovore for doing objectives and stuff, and then you have like the rest of your points going into like Tyrannifex and stuff. I mean, how many points would that be? This is what I've got so far. There's plenty of points left over. For 1,505 points, you can get a Broodlord and 10 Gene Stealers, 3 Winged Primes, each leading a squad of 6 Tyranid warriors, 2 with melee, 1 with ranged. I figure that's pretty balanced. 2 Exocrines and 2 Tyrannifexes. So that would leave you with 500 points. Now, assuming that you paid 30, 20, 20... what's that? 70 points. That would put you on 1,575 points. That would still leave you with like 425 points left. 425 points left over. 425 points, and you've got your battle line sorted. You've got your long range firepower sorted, and you've got a unit of fast moving assault bugs as well. The Bibles don't do objectives because spawn mines are OC0. Oh, that's true. Yeah, that is true. So that would leave you with enough points left over. So yeah, if you want to go for a Hive Tyrant, that would leave you with enough points left over to do that. If you want to go for a Hive Tyrant and maybe a couple of like smaller bug units or something. I mean, if we let's see if we can round this list out. So what else have we got? I don't know, boys. This looks pretty. This looks like a decent list. So going through it, Broodlord, Hive Tyrant, three wing primes with there being enhancements, spending 70 points on enhancements, 10 Gene Stealers, 2 Lictors, 18 Tyranids, Tyranid Warriors, 2 with melee weapons, 1 with ranged weapons, 3 Venomthropes, 2 Exocrines, 2 Tyrannofexes. I don't know, I think that's viable. You could swap one of the Lictors out for a unit of Termagants if you wanted to lean into Synaptic Shield. But I think that's, bear in mind, each one of those warrior forms is going to be -1 to hit with a 3-up, 5-up. With a total of like 18 OC in each unit. And then you're going to have, you've got the Gene Stealers that can advance and charge and scout. The Gene Stealers, because they've got scout, don't they? If I'm correct, if I remember. Yeah. So your Gene Stealers can scout 8, move 8, advance an average of 4. So that's what, 20 inches? And then charge. Your Gene Stealers have a 32-inch threat range with this, on average. Thanks to Elevated Might. So you could... And it's not a super expensive unit. It's 260 points, to be fair. But you can absolutely yeet that forward and just gank someone with it. And don't forget, the Broodlord is not to be underestimated. He's got half decent shit as well. And he gives death wounds out. He gives death wounds out to the Tyranid Warriors he's with. But so my take is that this detachment is actually pretty good. I'm giving it a 6.5 because I don't think it's like super mega meta defining. I don't think it's going to completely shape up the meta for certain factions like Death Guard, like Death Guard detachment does, and the Dark End detachment does. But I think you could see this one being run semi-regularly at tournaments. I think you could see that. What do you guys think? Give me your takes. What do you think? Would you like to know more? If so, then please consider becoming a channel member or patron. By supporting the channel, not only will you be doing your part, but you'll also be helping me create more content for your viewing pleasure and unlocking a whole host of perks. You get everything from a badge next to your name, custom emojis, but the big one is access to the Mordian Glory Discord server, an online community with almost 2,500 active members. It's always popping off in the MG Discord. We've got channels for army lists, hobbying, tactics, stories, and even a pretty spicy meme section as well. For all you greenhorns that wanted to see the Mordian glory hole, today is your lucky day. And joking aside, I do want to say a massive thank you to all of the current channel members and patrons. You guys are amazing. Truly the lifeblood of the channel. I could not do Mordian Glory full time without the incredible and generous support of my members. So thank you guys so much. And last but certainly not least, I want to say a personal thank you to all of my top tier Patreons. These are the War Masters, the people who have truly gone above and beyond the call of duty. So a heartfelt thank you to Alex Dengal, Bonbon Vert, Lord Pryor, Mark Panconi, RJ Scorpion, Swordfish Trombone, Try Again Bragg, John Stubbs, Nick Walsh, Diesel Fox, and August Barney. Seriously guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your support is incredible and it makes a huge difference. Thank you so much. That's all for now. Hope you've all enjoyed today's video, and of course, as always, see you guys next time.